Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to my couch nest, where currently all of my filming happens because fuck pots and fuck burnout. So today I wrote out some questions that I'm going to really consider and talk about in this video. And this is gonna go into my dating / polyamory playlist, as well as the Fairy Rambles playlist. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Fairy. I have been polyamorous since I was 16, never really did monogamy, and currently my side of the polycule is closed due to burnout and medical grief with the whole POT situation, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is a dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system. It's under the dysautonomia umbrella. There are 15 possible diagnoses under this umbrella. For me, it comes with a weak immune system, mobility issues. I need to use mobility aids a lot. We have brain fog, pre-syncope, which is like all of the pre-fainting symptoms, dizziness, feeling your heart rate go and skyrocket, feeling my blood pressure going down the toilet, because my heart rate likes to go like this, and this is my blood pressure. The problem is, they like to do this number and separate way, way, way too far. So that comes with pre-syncope or full syncope, which is an actual fainting episode. We have blood pooling in the legs, which is why a common part of the treatment plan. Okay, basically there's a one-size-fits-most type treatment plan. We have beta blockers to deal with the heart rate things. I also have, usually, I've been out of them for a while, and I've called the pharmacy about it, and it's a problem. Meds to raise my blood pressure. I have meds to lower my heart rate. And then other parts of the treatment plan are increasing water intake. So I have this, which is a 74-ounce water bottle that I drink. I also track my water intake with Plant Nanny. They also recommend having more electrolytes, like buoy is one I've heard good things about, or some people use liquid IV. I've been using the Equate version of liquid IV. It's a lot cheaper and you get more packets. Did I say compression socks? Compression socks, usually knee or thigh high compression socks. Increasing salt intake, light exercise so your body doesn't like atrophy or anything, I guess. For me, increasing my protein intake has helped, so I eat a lot of peanut butter because it helps with the sodium and protein. And back to symptoms I deal with. So the blood pooling in the legs, compression socks, you know. Bouts of temporary partial blindness for me, caused by stress. And I mean, your autonomic nervous system controls way too many of your body's executive functioning movements and your body's literal functioning needs. So Yeah, if I get too stressed out, I will go completely blind in one eye. It is not a fun time. I actually got diagnosed because I had heart attack mimicking symptoms like chest pain, arm going numb, all that. And I went to the hospital and they helped me get in with a cardiologist who specializes in tachycardia. So that's a fun time. Uh, Gastrointestinal issues, constipation, diarrhea, GERD, acid reflux are all common side effects or related things. Uh, with POTS, you will also experience more excessive sweating. And then there's temperature intolerance. Now, most people, it's heat intolerance, but for me, I have heat and cold intolerance. That's why you will often see me wearing jackets all the time. Because it's just really hard to get the house to the proper temperature, especially when the AC literally blows directly onto me. So, I'm dealing with some medical grief there with getting this diagnosis, realizing it's a chronic illness. The treatment plan is one of those one size fits all types that actually doesn't. I've been in terrible flares all week. Um, so, on to the questions. Would I still have looked into and chosen polyamory if monogamy was held to the same standards of communication around boundaries, relationship desires, and needs? Honestly, couldn't tell you. Because monogamy isn't held to the same standards. You will be with someone for months or years and then find out that they have a problem with porn or think you're flirting with people or all the time and are mad at you about it when as an autistic person, autistic ADHD person, one of the things that comes with that is we mirror people. We don't understand the social cues or see the social cues that indicate the person is flirting. And so we're just chatting, thinking we're having a friendly conversation. And then, next thing we know, we can get in trouble because we were flirting and we didn't think we were. And yeah, do not like that. 0 out of 10. Would I date a straight man again? Why or why not? No, I will not date a cishet straight man ever again. Between my dissociative identity disorder and my various alters, I am very much not straight, and some alters are very much not women, and straight men tend to have a problem with that. Also, I probably wouldn't date a man seriously who was uncomfortable with condom use and didn't have a vasectomy or wasn't willing to consider it because I am strictly child free. I definitely would not date somebody who is anti abortion because I am strictly child free. Because, bending over, having a coughing fit, a sneezing fit, laughing, walking, standing, you know, normal parts of life. And bending is something you really need to do with little kids who need floor time. Those things trigger the POTS flare ups. And I don't know about you, but I think a lot of toddlers would get pretty scared if their caregiver had a fainting episode and fell. No, I'm not having kids. And I do not want to experience what pregnancy could do to my pot symptoms. Uh-uh. Do I have any interest in threesomes? Not really. Like, I mean, if it happens, cool, but chances of it happening when my partner and I have very different types, especially men. He likes twinks and femboys. I like bears and otters. Look that up, gay bear and otter, to understand what I'm meaning. And, with the pots, it'd be hard to keep up with all of that, honestly. Unless I was the pillow princess and we're both focused on pleasing me, and then pleasing each other. But if it happens, it happens. I'm not too worried about it. Is polyamory truly what I want? What exactly about polyamory interests me? I like the freedom of it. If a connection forms with someone, you can let it form naturally how it's gonna be. You don't have to force it into a specific box. You know? And I like that. Plus, not getting in trouble for flirting when you're not even flirting is also a nice bonus. I just realized I hadn't put my mug warmer on for my coffee, so I just did that. Yeah, I like the freedom to let things happen naturally. If a friendship stays a friendship that way, then it was always going to be a friendship. If it develops into more, it develops into more. You know? What would I need to get to in order to be ready to open my side of the polycule again? I need to get my pot symptoms managed again and be more comfortable with the limitations that it has for me. And have a routine set up for when bad, not blad. And besides, it's Vlad anyway, not Blad. When bad flare ups happen for all last week again, I need a system in place for that before I will consider opening my side of the polycule. Plus, just energetic burnout, autistic burnout, and all that. I need to get that sorted so I have the energy to build and develop a connection with people again, you know? What's my general polysaturation limit? Usually 2 partners. I have done 3 before, but one of them was more of a low contact, low communication type, and that did not last very long. So 2 partners is probably my max. How long does it take from starting to date before sex is possibly on the table? I am demisexual. It can take a long time. Sex has never happened in a relationship with me, or with me in general, before the relationships lasted 4 months. Between distance and everything, it just hasn't happened. So, generally, I'd say 4 months. What does being demisexual look like and mean with me? Which I added because of the last question. And then this will be the last question. Demisexuality for me, with between the demisexuality, the autism, and the sexual trauma I have from being raped technically 3 times in 2017. The one in January, or not January, it was February. So I don't know when the other one happened. It happened to one of my other alters, uh, one of my child alters, and I was told about it later. And then the other one in June. So, yeah. So between those three things, anymore, I see a person and I might notice features that are like artistically beautiful, like beautiful eyes, or okay, how is your hair that good? You know, stuff like that. And then, any artistic makeup, fashion, accessories, things that they have expressing themselves, I'll notice that. But in general, I see a new person, and I will use Monty here as an example. New person I'm meeting for the first time. Yes, that is a person shaped person. That looks like a person. And then over time, it will develop into that's a friend shaped person. That's my friend. I love my friend. And then sometimes it'll be like, okay, wait, when did they become hot? When did I become attracted to them? You know, and that's the only way it works for my brain. And I cannot tell you if is because of my trauma or not. But I do know that my trauma and my autism play a role in my demisexuality. And my demisexuality is why it takes 4 months of being in a relationship with me before sex is even remotely on the table. And then, even if we do last that long, you cannot expect to read my mind or expect me to read your mind. I need very clear communication, which is one of the big things I like about polyamory is communication is extremely prioritized. Way more than I have seen it be prioritized in monogamous relationships. So, yeah. I hope this answers any questions you may have had about it or about me and my stance on it. And I hope you all have a great day. I need to put some lip balm on because my lips are dry and it's driving me nuts. um, be kind to yourself. Don't forget the basics: food, water, hygiene if you can, stretch breaks, even if it's just sitting up and doing some of those. It still counts, and if you hunch over a lot like I do, it actually kind of helps, especially on the neck. Take care of yourselves. Keep being yourselves, because there is only one you. What's here in your core, what's here in your memories, combined with the knowledge and how you choose to act, that's who you are. It's not what your body looks like that defines who you are. It's who you are inside that defines who you are. So keep being that person. And don't let the assholes dull your sparkle, because you are uniquely you. And being uniquely you is amazing. Bye! See y'all next time. I don't know if you heard her, but Luna was also saying bye. Meow! Okay, are you gonna come over and say goodbye to our viewers? Or are you just gonna yell at me? She's just gonna yell at me. Okay. Anyway, goodbye.